spinal cord is still coming down from swelling. And after the first 18 months, what you get back in that tends to plateau after. So it was such a focus and a mental battle of, okay, as much as life sucks, or as much as I'm missing out as a 16-year-old in what are supposed to be the prime of, life when you're in high school and having the best time in the world, you're that's, when you're supposed to be having a blast. I'm in a hospital for 4.5 months away from people. I need to focus, do therapy for 4.5 to 5 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, because that's exactly how I got to where I am now, of being able to focus and progress and be able to be physically capable to handle life, out in the real world once I ended up leaving the hospital.
So you said obviously at this point you're 16. How is it for your teammates at this kind of crazy venture in all of your lives? Because not only did it happen to one of their friends, their teammates, their buddies, it also happened while they were on the ice. Was there like any on lasting effects like within their like mental health and stuff? Because it can't be easy seeing your friend get hit from behind and end up paralyzed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. It was tough for all of them. We had to bring in like a psychologist to talk to all of our teammates as a group and one-on-one to be able to, make sure that they were being able to handle everything mentally. It wasn't easy because obviously, the story itself blew up, which I think in
It
many
made its
ways
way to
was,
the UK, but
yeah, exactly. Here we are.
yeah.
And, in many ways it was, it is amazing. But I think in the mental battle for the people that were close internally, not only myself, but for my friends and the teammates and all of them, it made everything even more, dramatic and impactful
There's
and a
no
bigger
escape
battle.
from it as well.
Exactly. It was the talk of the
Like
town.
on a way smaller level. Like I lost one of my dogs recently. Like he didn't run off. Like he was old. He died.
Yeah.
But like
Try not to laugh.
like,
But if you're laughing, I'm gonna laugh.
well, it's just it's how it's how I deal with it.
Not to laugh.
But like what really got me is like, 3 weeks later, people have been like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about your dog." I'm just like, "Come on, guys! Like, can we just like I just want that headspace. Just like let's we're at the bar having drinks, like that's it." And I can imagine that just times a million. It's being thrown in your face. Like you can't even avoid it. You can't even say, "Look, I don't want to talk about it right now." It's just there on the newspaper or on the TV.
Yeah, and that was exactly it. It was everywhere you went, that was the talk. And, every school in Minnesota or across the nation were doing whiteouts, wear white to support me on whatever day. And it was all over social media. That's how it blew up. So everywhere we looked, it was about what was going on. And every time they came to a hockey game, that was the topic of not only, how is our team doing, but how's Jack doing and what's he up to and all these other things. So it was so frontline heavy that I think a lot of friends had a lot of tough times dealing with it. But at the same time, I tried to, stay positive and try to make it people understand that, we're all going to get through this. Let's keep battling and thank you for your support. So the team, struggled early on, but then I think as we slowly got towards the playoffs and ended up winning the state championship,
Awesome.
once I started to be more involved with the team in the playoffs, life got a lot easier. And I think we all started to really believe that, something special could happen, which obviously it did.
Just being back around the boys as well, eh?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah. Cause I missed so much. I mean, I injured December 30th and then the playoffs didn't start until mid-February. So it was a tough one being away from the team. And I didn't see any games until I surprised my team at our first playoff game in the locker room. And then that's when everything, all of us kind of looked at each other and we're like, all right, the boys are back. Like, let's do this thing. And
boys are back in town.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we obviously ripped off, 6 straight wins to win the state championship.
What was the atmosphere like in the arena when you're first back there?
It was insane. Like the media knew we were coming, and somehow our teammates didn't. We were able to keep that a surprise, but it was insane. Like the arena was packed, and cameras were everywhere. But it, like again, like this, none of that mattered to us. It just mattered that we were all back in the locker room together, and that was kind of like, all right, like this is meant to be. Like let's have a good time. Like obviously, I'm not suiting up, but to be back in that locker room was such an amazing feeling. And there
Shooting
were
the shit
a
with the
few,
boys.
yeah, anytime you can shoot shit and just forget about what's going on outside of the locker room, and for those 3 hours that you're at the arena and you're focusing on hockey and you're in the locker room and strategizing or just talking puck, you forget about everything that was going on.
Nothing else matters. Nothing else
Exactly.
matters.
The second we were there, you just forgot about the injury. It was just, the boys are getting ready for a game.
Did you find, I imagine, and this is, again, I'm going to use one of Bandy's caveats here, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but I imagine everybody else has been tiptoeing the fuck around you for like 3 months. You go straight back into the locker room and it's like, what's up, fucker? And everyone's busting balls. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you feel like, okay, that's where I'm supposed to be. Like, it's just, that's what you miss when you start playing.
When
that's
people
what
are nice to me.
Yeah, why are you nice to me? Like,
I know, yeah, exactly. Everyone, they're walking on eggshells around me, not wanting to, ruffle any feathers. But the second you get in the locker room, it's just banter everywhere and nothing, it's as if nothing ever happened and as if I never missed a moment with the team. But that's exactly it is, when you are so sheltered in a way for so many months growing up with the injury, being able to kind of get away from that guidance and just go back to being with your friends after having missed so much time away from them was such an amazing feeling. And those were the little moments that really helped me continually stay positive and continue going and pushing my battle, because I knew that on the outside, these guys were doing the same thing for me as well.